can provide the calcium your body needs to help maintain strong bones.
Oscal, scientifically proven, doctor recommended.
This is a warning to household germs. There's not a room in the house where you can hide from Lysol brand disinfectant. The best kind of disinfectant you can buy because it's hospital type. Lysol brand disinfectant, so germs don't say you haven't been warned.
Now there's a barbecue potato chip that's missing something. New Pringles Light Barbecue.
Know what it's missing? A lot of the fat you get in their regular potato chips.
But you'll never miss it. And it's missing a lot of the salt you get in those chips. But you'll never miss it.
New Pringles Light Barbecue in the silver can with so much tangy barbecue flavor.
You'll never miss what's missing.
When you've been injured in an automobile or motorcycle accident, it's often difficult to know your legal rights. Remember, if you sign an insurance release, you may be giving up your right to receive any money for your injuries. Get help. Call the Injury Helpline. Discuss your case with an attorney near you for free, one who cares and takes the time to explain your legal rights and costs. You won't be charged any attorney fees unless you receive money for your injuries. Call the Injury Helpline now, 800-533-2700.
In 1776, Abigail Adams wrote to her husband, John Adams, asking him to remember the women in our new government. We know he got the letter, but was he paying attention? Women played an important role in the American Revolution, but were not given the right to vote. Over 100 years later, they fought to change that. Some men wondered where it would all end. The suffragettes kept up their struggle and finally won an amendment to the Constitution, the 19th. In 1920, 3/4 of our states ratified that amendment, and overnight, America spoke with a greater voice. That's why we can all celebrate a Constitution for the people. I'm Jim Gardner.
Lisa Thomas-Laurie back now with Dave Roberts, and our year-long tribute to the Constitution has reached its peak today as we enjoy Constitution Day parade.
When we look to the skies, there's a little bit of a lightening, not a clearing, a lightening of the darkness that we've had most of the morning here, so that's good news in hopes that things will hold off as far as any more precipitation is concerned. It has stopped raining right now. We've got a bad case of the damp muggies at this hour, but everyone seems to be comfortable enough, like this young lady here who is enjoying herself, and this gentleman here. People that have traveled from all over the United States, we living here in Philadelphia, and I say we collectively, all of us, I think take a lot of the things that we have in our city for granted. Independence Hall just for one, and the Liberty Bell and all of those parts of history that are so key to our development as a nation. So people come from all over the nation and all over the world, in fact, travelers from Europe to come here to pay visit and to be here on Constitution Day. All races, all creeds, all nationalities represented. The melting pot lives on, 200 years going strong.
You see some of the rain gear has come off here. As you mentioned, the sky's clearing, Dave. It's still warm, pretty muggy, in fact, here at 15th and Arch. But most of the umbrellas are down now, as we've received a little respite from the wet weather.
We're waiting. There's another break in the parade here. What they're doing is letting the SEPTA buses go through on JFK. Every now and then we'll get 2 or 3 buses as we stop everything. That's the reason for part of the delay. And then, of course, with the rain and the performances by some of the groups along the way at Independence Hall and City Hall, and some in our area here. We're standing by waiting now for the Freilinger String Band to come by, and we'll be seeing them very, very shortly. But we see the police hold everything up, and 2 or 3 SEPTA buses scoot by, because things still have to move a little bit in this city as city life goes on. Not to its normal routine on this very special day, but it does continue.
I imagine most Most organizations are closed for the day, and most employers have sent their employees home or either to the parade route to enjoy today's festivities.
We saw a shot of two Philadelphia policemen. Everything's been extremely well organized, so Philadelphia's finest have done their job extremely well. There they are. They're standing by that sign which says no stopping here. No standing in this area. That would be appropriate for the sign. There they are.
The crowds have been extremely orderly. Everyone getting excited when a particular float of interest comes by.
I'm always amazed at the little children that just stand there and they'll wait. They'll wait in the rain, the snow, whatever, without any complaining. The adults say, well, what's happening? What's the holdup? So the little kids just sit there because they learn, I guess, at that early age, they know, just relax and go with the flow. And that's what we're going with. And it looks like we're going to go with that string band. There they are, moving into sight.
The Freilinger String Band, representing the northeastern states, Dave. Of course, this is the first place winner of Philadelphia's 1987 Mummers Day Parade, the first place winner. They're going to offer us a little performance here.
Ah, I love that sound.
Oh, yeah.
Let's listen. Express and the Western Unit, uniformed members of the National Pony Express Association. The mail must get through via the Pony Express, accompanied by a U.S. mail stagecoach. When I was little, I always wanted to be a stagecoach driver. I thought that would be exciting. The pioneers of the Postal Service. Unit includes some trick ropers and rodeo riders, and there they are. The guys are here. Yeah.
The crowd loves them.
I hope we saved a few biscuits for them. They're mean, ornery, tough guys. They don't get their biscuits in the morning. Love those westerns where the stagecoach come in town, right? Who's going to get off the stagecoach?
You know, we mentioned earlier, Dave, that first States float. We're about to see we are seeing the second States float, second of the three, as a matter of fact, with the state seals, the state mottos there. You see the flags representing, of course, the 50 states and all of the United States territories. And this is the Dijon's Olympia Brass Band and Second Liners.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting group here, Dave. This is actually the Ellie Effie, and I want to make sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yeah, I think it's Ellie Effie. That's Yoruba language. And they are actually the Arthur Hall, part of the Arthur Hall Afro-American Dance Ensemble of Philadelphia.
Exactly correct, Lisa. You got it.
And LEF is an ancient holy city of the Yoruba people in Nigeria. The Arthur Hall Dance Company, a familiar name, founded, of course, by Arthur Hall in 1958 right here in Philadelphia. It's an international dance company.
This is the states float now. We've moved to another one of the states floats representing several states: South Dakota, Nebraska, the Cornhusker State, Oklahoma, the Sooner State, Alaska, the Last Frontier. This is float number 10. And, of course, Hawaii, the Aloha States. We're going to take a little break. Aloha. We'll be right back. Don't go away, ladies. There's much more to come. Constitution Day, 1987. It's happening in Philadelphia.
All Sonny, it's hard to convince me of anything. So when more of the dentists and hygienists here recommended tartar control Crest for fighting tartar, I said, convince me. They said once ugly tartar is scraped away, tartar control Crest helps keep it away between cleanings. I tried it, and my teeth feel clean and smooth. Of course it fights cavities. I mean, the name is Crest. But I won't try and convince you. See for yourself.
Tartar Control Crest with fluoride, the dentist's choice for fighting tartar.
We tried to make our Heinz home-style gravy just like your homemade.
Oh, really?
We made it with real beef and beef juices, just the way you do.
Oh, yeah?
We even seasoned and simmered and stirred it till it was like your own homemade.
Well, it's close.
Oh, yeah? But where are the lumps? Oh, no.
Heinz home-style gravy, so close to homemade.
Lomax Rug Company, a Philadelphia tradition since 1905, where smart carpet shoppers can get the best values. Lomax has the largest selection of rolls of DuPont Stainmaster carpet in Philadelphia, available for immediate delivery at low discount prices. And our famous $5 a square yard room is better than ever. Visit the Lomax Mill Building at 2900 Jasper Street.
That's right, Sonny. Lomax, where great-grandmother bought her carpet.
When you've got a new puppy, you go to the veterinarian for advice. And when Alpo set out to make their puppy food, they went there too. They asked veterinarians what they wanted in a puppy food. And the result is Alpo puppy food. With the high-quality protein and easy digestibility veterinarians told us puppies need. And the taste puppies love. Alpo puppy food in bags and cans. Veterinarians helped Alpo make it, and puppies approved.
The framers of our Constitution gathered here at Independence Hall and debated who should head our government. Alexander Hamilton argued for a king. Others wanted a servant, a public servant, a president. Our nation needed leadership. The Constitution gave the president strong authority, but also checks and balances. Hamilton wondered if such a president or government could survive. In 1789, George Washington took the oath of office, and our government began and has survived. Since then, 39 presidents have followed, each taking an oath to the oldest existing federal constitution in the world. That's why we're celebrating a constitution for the people. I'm Jim Gardner.
We are back now live at the site of the Constitution Day Parade in Center City, Philadelphia, and we've got another fantastic band for you. Not quite as large as the Penn State Blue Band, but this band has quite a good reputation. Ohio University Marching Band, Dave.
Yes, 110 members, and they've come to perform today. They'll take no prisoners. They are here. You can just feel the good vibes as they chant, as they march on by. Ohio University Marching Band. Marching bands have performed along the way, starting out, of course, at Independence Hall, where the parade commenced, and then also at City Hall, some of them also performing, Penn State did anyway, when they came by our VIP reviewing stand at our location here on 15th Street, just before the turn to Arch, before they then head up the Parkway, because the parade ends at the steps of the Art Museum. Ohio University Marching Band. Of course, these marching bands, they're used to performing in any type of weather. Snowstorms, rainstorms. They are seasoned young veterans.
We have an interesting note here that Mike Schmidt was an OU alumnus. Don't know if he played in the band, but he's great on the ball field.
He played baseball for them, and he does not hold the record for most home runs hit by a player of the Ohio University team. Someone knows who does. Going to establish justice right now. Establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility as our preamble continues. As we make our Constitution come to life here. The scroll work, announcing still another one of those vital liberties that make our existence today what it is. The best country in the world in which to live.
Establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility.
I remember as a youngster having to learn the preamble and be able to get up and recite it.
I do too.
And I'm sure that the young people of today go through that same drill in school. At least I certainly hope so.
Oh, yes.
If we had to learn it, they better learn it.
They better.
And know it well, because it means so much to us. It's so important.
They're probably doing so at an earlier age. And again, this is a little refresher course for us.
Yes.
Our next float. This is our 11th float, I think, of the parade.
Right.
Checks and balances day. And this float depicts the separation of powers among the three branches. Replicas of the White House and Capitol building, representing the executive and legislative branches of our government. Balanced there by a giant set of scales, of course, representing the judicial branch of our government. The float, again, designed by Raul Rodriguez.
Raul has been very busy, hasn't he? Getting all these floats ready. I think he's got a monopoly on everything.
Checks and balances.
Kind of difficult to make the Constitution come to life visually, but they certainly, the We the People Committee has certainly done it extremely well. University of Maryland Marching Band, 240 members, College Park, Maryland. And they're here to perform today. Checks and balances, followed by the University of Maryland Band. And they sound excellent.
I mentioned earlier, one that I was really looking forward to is following the University of Maryland Band now. It is the President's Float. You can see it right there. Magnificent piece of work here, honoring the 40 presidents of the U.S. And as you can see, it features a giant presidential seal there in the front, surrounded by individual presidential portraits. All 40 of the presidents of this country represented here, carried by 40 cadets from the Valley Forge Military Academy.
How appropriate that we should have our Valley Forge cadets from their military academy carrying the presidents. There we are, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, James Monroe.
They're all there.
Millard Fillmore, Abraham Lincoln, Rutherford P. Hayes, Grover Cleveland.
There's Ronnie. He'll be here in person today, too.
Yeah, a little bit later. Actually, we're standing by because he should be coming here probably, I think, within a half hour or so. The President of the United States, Mr. Reagan, will be arriving here in Philadelphia. So that presidential seal will be very much in evidence for the rest of the day.
We should give Major Mitchell from the Valley Forge Military Academy a big hand here. He's the man in charge of this unit. Fine job. Congressional seal. Another seal following our presidential seal. This is a mini float carrying large reproductions of the seals of the Senate. See an antique automobile there.
We have senior members of both the houses of Congress from both parties riding in antique automobiles provided by the Antique Automobile Club of America, senators and representatives. It's kind of difficult to See if we can get closer to kind of peek in there and recognize.
I understand Larry Coughlin is inside one of those automobiles, Dave. Robert Borski. See the name there on the side of the car. I imagine that's his hand there.
Let's hope so. Congressman Borski. Right behind Senator and Representatives, the Norfolk Spartan Legion from Norfolk State University in Norfolk, Virginia. 172 members. The sound. They are good. All of the marching bands we've had today thus far are the best in the country. This is Norfolk Spartan Legion, Norfolk State University in Virginia. They've got the beat.
They've got the beat. Quite a jam session going there, huh?
I'll tell you, our scaffolding here, our little desk is starting to move a little bit. Lisa and I are kind of getting into the rhythm of things.
Yeah. A big hand from the crowd here. We needed some sounds like those to spice up this parade.
They are well drilled. The rain's come down a little bit heavier now as I guess we're into this on and off type thing most of the day. All right, we're going to stand by. They're standing by like something's going to happen. And we know something's going to happen, too. It's called a commercial break. We'll pay a few bills, and then we'll be back.
Right back.
Constitution Day, 1987. Hold on, guys.
It's the crust. That's why I can't stop eating the Celeste Pizza. But Mama Celeste says, Giuseppe, leave some for other people. Okay, I cut down to 1 slice a day.
Celeste, great pizza from topping to bottom.
I got a dog named Ziggy Zamboni. What he won't do to get a pepperoni. Pepperoni, pepperoni.
Kennel Ration Pepperonis. Jerky snack sticks made with real meat.
Pepperoni.
There's a thought that says it is indeed fortunate to have one's cup runneth over. Fortunate, unless your cup runneth over onto your silk blouse, your fine linen tablecloth, your wool slacks, whatever, wherever, which is precisely why we make Scotchgard fabric protector. It keeps ordinary spills from becoming extraordinary stains on virtually any fabric. Use Scotchgard fabric protector and let your cup runneth over.
Worldwide sponsor, 1988 Olympic Games.
After a while, some shampoos and conditioners just seem to stop getting your hair clean. They leave a heavy buildup so your hair just hangs limp. But not Ivory. You don't get that heavy buildup with Ivory shampoo and conditioner.
Some shampoos and conditioners contain oil, wax, and fatty ingredients that build up. But new Ivory cleans and conditions without heavy buildup. Ivory shampoo and conditioner leave your hair feeling Ivory clean.
That's exactly what I expect from Ivory.
At Philadelphia Electric, we don't wait around for the 6 o'clock news to give us our weather report. We get it from our own 24-hour-a-day lightning tracking system. It lets us know when and where lightning is headed. Of course, this system can't prevent a storm from occasionally knocking out a power line. It just helps us react, almost as quick as lightning. For a free booklet on what to do when the lights do go out, call 732-9000. Philadelphia Electric. People working for you right now.
Welcome back to Philadelphia's Constitution Day Parade. We left you with the soulful sounds of the Norfolk Spartan Legion Band, and we're joining now the Homewood Patriot Band, the 170-member high school band of Homewood, Alabama, getting some southern representation here. They're dressed in, as you can see, some of them are dressed in 18th century clothing. I don't think they are, though.
That's not 18th century. I recognize that right away. Oh,
yeah, that's definitely 20th century. 170 members in this high school band of Homewood, Alabama. Let's listen.
Saw the stagecoach, and now it's the U.S. Mail stagecoach. And inside the stagecoach is the Postmaster General. All right?
Oh, I think we were expecting the stagecoach, Jim, and this is the Philadelphia Police Black Mariah.
I missed the postmaster. I wanted to congratulate him on turning a profit for the first time in a number of years. This is our own Black Mariah. You're right, Lisa.
Police force is represented by an early horse-drawn police wagon. See the young women there in the back waving to the crowds.
I'll stay out of that wagon. I don't want to go near that one at all. I'll look at it, follow it around, but I don't want to ride in it, because I guess if you were in that wagon, you might have been on your way to the local.
Is this the Emerald Society Band?
It better be.
30 bagpipers. It sounds like bagpipes to me. 30 bagpipers and drummers, Dave, from the New York City Police Department. Joining us here in Philadelphia on this wet but high-spirited, I was going to say afternoon, but actually it's still morning in Philadelphia. About 11 o'clock. And I might mention now that we will soon be joining the action cam down at the airport, Philadelphia International Airport. The president is about to arrive in a few minutes. We'll be going there shortly, but right now let's listen to the bagpipers.
Well, we've got everything in here, Lisa. The Emerald Bagpipers and the drummers from New York City Police Department. They perform on the march, and this is a veteran group here. We've got our fire wagons, turn-of-the-century fire wagons from the Philadelphia Firemen's Hall Museum, with firemen in period uniform, of course, followed by a modern ladder truck representing the nation's volunteer firemen. So we've got everything here. The bagpipers, New York City Police, our own fire wagon, and there is the modern day, manned by volunteer firefighters, sponsored by the Volunteer Firemen's Insurance Services Incorporated. King of Prussia Fire Company. Nice job, gentlemen. Good to have you with us. Upper Marion Township. On the job today. Volunteer firemen. We've come a long way in the providing of services to fight fires in this country. When you look back and see that turn-of-the-century fire wagon and the modern equipment that we have today. the excellent job that our firefighters do across the country, and especially here in Philadelphia. We're now told that Air Force One is on the ground, which means the president has arrived, and very shortly we will be switching to the airport.
We'll leave that super pumper in the meantime, Dave, to go to the Archbishop Ryan High School Band. For 140 members here, Philadelphia Roman Catholic High School Band. Archbishop Ryan.
Bishop Ryan High School Band, 140 members, Philadelphia Roman Catholic High School, and their representatives behind them. There's so much more to come, and of course it's going to be going on all day long right here on Channel 6. We invite you to stay with us. The fireworks tonight, there's a picnic this afternoon, and goes on and on. Of course, the president has landed. We'll be switching live to that very, very shortly. So stay with us. Constitution Day 1987 continues. Our parade continues, and there's so much more to come.
Macys has savings designed with you in mind. A $2,000 Chesterfield leather sofa now